everyone, in this episode we find ourselves in upstate New York in the Lake George area. While we were here, we met up with Beth's sister Linda and her husband Larry, and they showed us all around Lake George Village. Hi Larry, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Probably already knows them, so I don't have to tell him. I'm going to tell him.
Guys, this canoe symbolizes the French and Indian War. These were supposedly allied with the British. And this is all carved out of one log.
Oh yeah.
All right, Mike, this one's for you. You know who you are. All right, guys, today we are in the town of Bolton at a place called Blue Manor, and it's supposed to be pretty picturesque. All right, so it looks like it's going to rain for the rest of the day, so day drinking it is. All right, so we've left Bluewater Manor and now we're at the Grand Resort of the Sagamore. Camped at a campground on the banks of the Sharon River. This river is great for tubing or for kayaking, but you want to go downstream. It's a bit of a current here. So you need to find some way or someone that will pick you up downstream or drop you off upstream. Now, this time we weren't able to get one of the beautiful riverfront campsites, but we did get a nice campsite, pretty spacious. We did have some electrical issues here. We couldn't run our air conditioner without tripping the breaker all the time on my EMS surge protector. It kept indicating low voltage. So we just turned the air conditioner off and ran the refrigerator on propane to prevent any damage to our equipment. Most of the people that are at this campground are seasonal, and they come up on the weekends and spend times in their RV. During the week, we found there was almost nobody here at the campground. Like you had the whole place to yourself. On weekends, it gets busy. Guys, this is Fort William Henry. It was built in 1755 by the British, specifically for the French and Indian War. If you've actually seen the movie or read the book, The Last of the Mohicans, this is the fort that the French surrounded, and General Monroe had to surrender because the general at Fort Edward would not send troops. So remember, this is pre-revolutionary. And at this time, colonials who lived in this area considered themselves still loyal British subjects and were fighting for king and queen against the French, who ironically would come to our aid roughly 20 to 30 years later to get our independence from Britain.
Doing this, by the way, there's a line of men who are firing muskets over my shoulder, and the enemy's doing something distracting by trying to kill me at the same time. I'm going to dump that powder down the barrel. The musket ball and the paper are going to follow. And I'm going to put the paper down too, because it's a loose fitting ball, remember? That's what allows me to load so quickly. And a loose fitting ball could roll out of the barrel if I didn't put some paper on top. All right, and if the enemy was coming up the hill and I had forgotten to put the paper in, all right, that loose musket ball, before I pull the trigger, rolls out of the barrel right there in front of the enemy. That's embarrassing. I don't want that to happen. Back in full cock now. Present. Give fire. Oh, see, no, I didn't get a sputter. See, I didn't get a flash either, but the powder's still there. That was just to show you about how misfires work. All part of the plan. I'm building suspense. Ain't ready. Reason. Give fire. Well, that's a heck of a shot, Gunner. I have no idea what you hit. What do you say? Round of applause?
So this entire fort was burned to the ground by the French. So this is a reconstruction, but it's on exactly the same land, and it was built from exactly the same plans that they used when they built the original. So it's pretty accurate. Some other interesting information they gave us was if you were a private in the British military back then, you made 8 cents per day. However, they took away 2 cents per day for your food and 4 cents a day for your clothes. This tour was comprehensive, and there's a ton of other information here on display, but I'll leave some of that for you to see on your own. We are headed out for the 7 p.m. cruise. This is the pirate cruise on the Minnehaha. Not a bad way to get out on the lake for an hour out on the boat. Yep. One piece of advice, if you take this cruise, they circle to the counterclockwise, so sit on the right side or the starboard side, because when he's talking about the houses ashore and everything, it's always off the right side of the boat. So if you sit on the right side or starboard side, you'll see more of what he's talking about.